The air in the dimly lit apartment was thick with tension. The soft hum of the laptop's cooling fan was drowned out by the sound of frantic typing. David's eyes darted across the screen, following the trail of transactions that were siphoning his hard-earned fortune away in real time. It was a slow-motion train wreck, one he could do nothing to stop. It had all started so innocently, so routinely. He had been up late the night before, caught between watching the Euro 2020 final and keeping an eye on the volatile crypto market. The exhaustion clouded his judgment, dulling the hypervigilance he prided himself on. When he woke the next morning, his mind still foggy, he decided to finally reach out for help regarding an issue with his Snex holdings. MetaMask had been his go-to wallet for months. With gas fees fluctuating wildly, it had been the most convenient way to manage his assets. His Ledger hardware wallet had issues connecting to certain DeFi sites, so he had grown comfortable, too comfortable, using MetaMask as his primary vault. David had turned to Discord, searching for technical support. That was his first mistake. Within minutes of posting his question in the Snex support chat, multiple users reached out to him privately, all claiming to be official representatives. Normally, he would have been skeptical, but sleep deprivation and a lingering sense of urgency overrode his usual caution. One of the supposed representatives assured him that his wallet wasn't syncing properly and needed validation. The explanation seemed reasonable. It aligned with some minor glitches he had noticed before. Then came the link. A crisp, professional-looking website, a form requesting his seed phrase. He hesitated for a moment. Every instinct screamed at him to stop, but the need to fix his issue drowned out the warning bells. He typed in the phrase and hit enter. A moment passed. Then another. Nothing happened. Then a single message popped up in his MetaMask activity log. 8 ETH transferred. Panic set in. His hands trembled as he refreshed the page. His sushi, his old golem tokens, gone. He felt a chill creep up his spine. He checked his account on Zappa.fi, and that's when he saw it. His balance was vanishing, transaction by transaction. He scrambled to move his remaining funds to a secure wallet, but every time he initiated a transfer, it was instantly countered. Someone, somewhere, was mirroring his actions. A script. A malicious program had latched onto his wallet like a parasite, ensuring that no matter what he tried, the thief would always be one step ahead. He increased gas fees, desperate to outbid the automated drain, but it was futile. His Wi-Fi was gone. His ALCX followed. The thief was liquidating his assets, converting them into ETH, and siphoning them away before he could react. David's chest tightened. He tried everything, logging in from a different device, disconnecting MetaMask, even transferring ETH in tiny increments to disrupt the heist. It barely made a dent. His world had shrunk to the 4 walls of his apartment and the relentless flicker of transaction confirmations on his screen. His heart pounded as he watched his 6 years of careful investments disappear in real time. The only thing that slowed the thief down was the lack of gas fees. If he didn't add ETH, they couldn't move the remaining coins. But without gas, he was powerless to retrieve them himself. It was a sickening paradox. For the first time in his life, he felt truly helpless. By the time he posted his desperate plea on Reddit, he had already lost $130,000. The responses flooded in. Some users offered sympathy, others mocked him, calling him reckless for leaving so much in a hot wallet. Then, a glimmer of hope appeared. Someone suggested reaching out to Flashbots. Enter Ryan. With nothing left to lose, David contacted the White Hat hacker. Ryan was cautious, verifying that David was indeed the wallet owner before proceeding. His plan was simple but effective. He set up a burner wallet that would intercept any incoming ETH, preventing the scammer from using it for gas. For the first time in hours, David felt the bleeding stop. Over the next 8 hours, Ryan worked tirelessly to extract whatever remained in David's wallet. It was a delicate process. One mistake could alert the thief and restart the attack. But by some miracle, it worked. By the end of the ordeal, Ryan had salvaged $117,000 of the remaining $120,000. The nightmare was nearly over. David exhaled for what felt like the first time all day. He had lost a significant chunk of his fortune, but it wasn't a total wipeout. He reached out to Kraken and other exchanges, hoping to track down the stolen funds, but he knew the chances of recovering the rest were slim. Sitting back in his chair, he reflected on the cruel irony of it all. He had always prided himself on being careful, on being the type of investor who would never fall for such an obvious scam. And yet a single moment of fatigue had cost him dearly. Crypto had promised financial freedom. But at what cost? Without regulation, without safeguards, there was no safety net, just a digital Wild West where mistakes were permanent and thieves moved faster than the law. As he shut his laptop and rubbed his aching temples, one thought lingered. Never again.